I want to get back to President Obama's, and again, I'm calling it a disastrous trip to the G20 in China. You heard my take at the top of the hour. Katie McFarland is with us. Am I coming on too strong? I was using words like disaster and catastrophe. What do you say?
I said it's even worse than what you've said. Because when you talked about Iran out negotiating the president, and then you talked about Russia, the stare down, and Putin wins the stare down. Well, guess what? Iran and Russia, they're getting together now. So it's all of this is payback time for leading from behind. President Obama set out his administration. He was going to lead from behind, not understanding that at a certain point, the guys who are running to catch up and get in the front, they're not looking behind their shoulders to take orders. We have now been left behind. We have been left behind in the Middle East. We've been left behind with China. We've been left behind with Russia.
How does it affect me or any other ordinary American citizen sitting at home in the United States of America? We see this, I'm calling it disaster overseas. How am I affected by this?
In several ways. One, we're not in a position to shape events in the Middle East anymore because we've checked out of the Middle East. Who's shaping events? Who's making the alliances? Who's determining things like where do those refugees go, whether those refugees have a place to go, whether they stay in the Middle East, do they go away, what happens to oil in the Middle East? That all affects you, and that's because the United States is no longer in a position to shape those events. The second thing that it does is in Asia, where the Chinese are snubbing us, but it's much bigger than that. Chinese are building up their military. They're looking to take over the South China Sea and claiming it as an internal lake. How does that affect you? That's where a majority of the world trade goes. Seagoing trade goes through there. So all the trade that's going from Europe to Asia, all the oil that's going from the Middle East to Asia, all the U.S. products that are going from that region in and out, those are all affected. Now, maybe it doesn't affect you in an immediate sense, in the sense of war and peace, but what it does is over time, the position of the United States has been eroding and eroding and eroding. Now, it's still time to turn around that ship of state and get it back. But every week, every month, every year we wait before America reasserts its leadership role in the world, we will be picked apart. And all the countries in the world see this is their moment. Grab it while you can. Grab it while the grabbing is good.
Now, this morning, I think it's 88 retired generals and admirals came out and endorsed Donald Trump to be the commander-in-chief. I take it that's following on from the disastrous foreign policy.
Yeah, and actually, the flag officers, retired flag officers I've talked to, there are a whole lot more waiting in the wings who can't wait to sign up for the Trump team. Trump has done several things which are very pro-military. One, he talks about the military. He's going to fix it. The second thing, though, is he's been critical of American foreign policy, particularly the Iraq War, but he has not been critical of the military. He said, I criticize the political leadership who took those decisions, the military leadership. They did a great job, and we honor them and respect them. And then finally, he said, when I'm president, I'm going to increase the defense budget. I'm going to put America back, just like Reagan did in 1980, where we're going to lead from the front again, where we're going to have respect for our armed forces.
It does remind me of 1979, 1980, where the incoming president proposes to vastly build up the American military and at the same time stand up for America and stop the retreat. There's a parallel.
Yeah, I think it's deja vu all over again, to quote Yogi Berra.
Yeah, well, thank you very much indeed, Katie. I hope you had a good summer. It's back to work now.